When one of our friends is in a bad state, we automatically want to support him. We tell him whom it's all coming from, remember, meaning we feel confident and thus encourage each other. But at the same time, we realize that we are not so sure that it all comes from one single source. Those who are not in attainment yet, your students, I mean. It doesn't matter, but our efforts must be such that we, by working toward that everything comes from one source, we generate such senses in us which will be able to sense him. Organs of sensation are needed to be developed. If we develop them, then we will sense him. Our only problem is that we don't have the organs of sensation of the Creator, because we are not in the mode of bestowal yet, but only in the mode of reception. And we need to switch to the mode of bestowal, and then we will begin to sense him to that degree. But let's take you, for example. We always listen to you, and you always radiate such confidence, tell us about the system. What do you feel at that time? Are you 100% confident at that moment about what you are saying, or just like us, only supporting another friend? And why do you need to believe me? What in it that I tell you, of course I know, of course I see, of course I sense, of course he is in me and I'm in him? What's the point to talk like that? Of course these are all going to be empty words for you. Only words and nothing else. I pass on the system to you. To a degree you can adapt it in you. You begin somehow implement it in you. To such degree, I convey that to you. Some of you implement it, some of you don't, but nevertheless, I advance slowly. Of course, it all depends on you. To a degree, you can digest that system, at least partially. Realize, understand, implement. To such degree, we advance forward. Of course, I wish it was faster, but nothing you can do. But there's this thing when you explain, you sort of give hope. So meaning, not hope. Whatever I sense, I pass on to you. I don't give you hope. You don't have any hope if you don't implement it. You can only sense to a degree to which you have your instruments developed. I wanted to ask about precisely that. You clearly pass the sensation that you experience yourself, though when we talk with each other, we talk more using my words. Yes, of course. Just like children, when they study. They hear something from adults, and so they talk accordingly. So at some point there has to be a transformation when from words it becomes an inner sensation. Of course. You have to live by it. Gradually and live gradually. Any matter develops gradually. Any quality, sensations. If you don't do anything with an organ, it will not develop. You begin to work with it, thus you begin to develop it, to elaborate it. The same here. There is nothing non-materialistic here. None of something mystical, hidden, none of that. Simply work on your own self. Kabbalah, in fact, is it's the most such a pure sport, if I can say that. The pure labor, nothing more than that in it. You have an embryo, such rudimentary, but it's not really rudimentary, it's just embryo-like organ. Use it. It's been hibernating inside of you for thousands of years. And there are those in whom for millions of years, not used. And you need to use it. You need to work with it. Just like you come to your workplace, and you are shown like a blacksmith or carpenter to work with material things, or to sheet music with violin. You begin to work with the instrument, though you don't know anything yet. And gradually it appears that you begin to develop sensations related to it. You get to know the object, so to say. Let's say the metal, it begins to ring inside of you, it begins to sing, as when it reacts to a hit or to something else. According to that, you begins to sense what's happening with it. So you develop all that in you. Like experienced surgeon. What does it mean, experienced? It's an accumulation of the experience with the object you work with. The same here. Nothing more, only that the principle is different. What that means? That means that here you have to work also against your ego. Here you study your nature, and you work above it. That's the catch here.